We are creature of habit. When you wake up in the morning, you probably follow a certain routine. Checking your cell phone, checking your email, drinking a glass of water, getting some coffee, etc. Throughout the day, you can count on other habits to occur, even if you are not fully aware of them. We think that we are making well considered decisions, but we are not. Most things that occur throughout the day happen automatically without much thought at all. Habits run our life. If you want to change your life, change your habits. Fortunately, once you understand how habits work, you can change them with greater success. That's what this book is about. What habits are, why and how they form, and how to change them. Hi guys, I'm Amrit Desmukh, your booklet guy. Let's begin with the first part of the book. Change your habits, change your life. Strategies that transform 177 average people into self-made millionaire. What are habits? Why do we have habitual tendencies? Our brains require a ton of energy. Nearly 20% of total energy is consumed by our brains, and our brains have become very good at saving energy and becoming more efficient. The brain isn't going to waste energy on something you do at all time. The cerebrum controls complex functions, and this is the part of our brain that is utilized when we first learn something. For example, the VLOOKUP function in Excel sheet. When actions are performed repeatedly, they aren't controlled by the cerebrum anymore because that's these actions have become habits and perform with very little mental activities. When an activity makes it to the basal ganglia, it becomes a mechanical reaction instead of something you think about. Once an action is the basal ganglia, it is difficult to remove. That is why it is hard to get rid of bad habits. Sometimes we decide we are going to make a change in our lifestyle, and we do make well throughout decisions, but they have trouble sticking because they are not habits. When you want to make a real change in your life, you have to make the behavior a habit. When you incorporate a positive behavior or change into habit loop, the change will be much easier. So how can you get there? First, you must understand the habit loop itself. There are three components to the habit loop: the cue, the routine, and the reward. The cue is a trigger example. You drive by a certain restaurant. This cue trigger puts your brain into autopilot, right? You follow a routine, eating at restaurant in order to get the reward, tasty food that you love. The cues can be feeling or thought, or they can be external like the time of the day or picture. For example, I automatically go to kitchen to make up a cup of tea when I see my walk clock showing 4 p.m. The routine is the next part of the habit loop. This is the behavior that you take once you have been triggered. That is the behavior that will lead you reward. This can be an emotional, getting nervous before a test, cognitive or physical. For example, whenever I see my nail of my hand grow even enough, they have to go between my teeth. Very bad, Amrit. The reward is why we do the particular habit loop. It can be physical, chocolate, sugar, etc. Emotional, I feel happy, or cognitive, I learned something new, cool. If the activity is something worth doing, we will remember it and it becomes a habit. For an oversimplified habit loop, think, a, think of a dog. They are creatures of habit too. When the master opens a package of his dog recognizes the sound of box of treats cues. He runs over to the kitchen and sit down. Routine. In order to get his reward snack, another good example is coffee. Some people wake up in the morning, that's their cue. Get their reward coffee, feeling awake. See if you can define, if you can identify any habit loop you have. What's your cue? In the next part we shall learn the science of creating a new habit. Till then, I'll work on my bad habit of biting nails. Happy reading and happy getting rid of bad habits. Bye bye.